Hello traders, welcome back to another video. So today then we're going to be talking about the Darkstone SMC Quantum Flow EA Expert Advisor. So this is now available on MQL5, so you'll be able to go over, you can click a free demo and be able to test it in Strategy Tester on the MT5 platform, or you can grab yourself a rented version of the EA, or if you'd like, go for the full lifetime license of the Expert Advisor. $300, it isn't bad compared to what you're going to be getting out of the Expert Advisor. So then, what is the Quantum Flow EA? So the Quantum Flow EA is a multi-fusion Expert Advisor. So this EA specifically trades 15 individually controlled assets with their own strategy and module to trade from, basically. So the problem that I came across early in my trading career was trading multiple assets with a similar strategy was profitable. But as a human being, to trade them, say, across 10 to 15 tradable assets, it just I wasn't quick enough as a human. So this is why I started to go into algo development, and I then was developing this over the past nearly 2 years now. And that I came across the problem of not being able to trade so many assets as a human fast enough. This is why I developed this, to trade this strategy across multiple different assets, tradable assets, all at once, and it's all done at a click of a button. So that is the reason that I built the algo in the first place, was to trade these assets for me simultaneously across all markets. So we trade crypto, forex, indices, commodities, etc. And that is the goal of this EA, is to trade all different markets, all as one strategy, but they are all optimized individually per symbol. So that is the beauty of the multi-asset fusion system. We fuse all 15 assets together to trade all from one chart. So when you load this EA onto your MT5 terminal, you only have to upload it to one chart and it will go and trade all the assets from that one said chart. And again, you don't have to trade all 15 assets. You can trade one or two. So you can maybe trade US 30 or Euro USD. It all depends on your risk appetite and how you want to go and approach the markets overall. So I've covered that it trades FX, crypto, metals and indices. So hopefully it trades something that you are currently adding into your portfolio and trading. And the whole idea is to combine multiple market conditions into one systematic framework to trade from. And that's the beauty of the quantum flow. So then, what does quantum actually mean? So it's multiple variables and multiple market inputs being processed all together, all as one, and traded systematically. So the flow then is the system attempting to identify and participate in market movement rather than just blindly trading fixed signals and buffers. So the name then represents exactly what it does. It represents the architecture that has been developed in this EA. So the multi-asset approach, like I've discussed, is the FX, crypto, metals and indices. And all of them markets behave completely differently from one to another. But the thing you will see is that most of them markets are volatile, and across the board, when volatility hits the market, you will find that most pairs move very similar. So just be aware of volatile markets and how these markets can behave differently, but can also behave very simultaneous as well. So each market has a different session and liquidity. So you will find at different times you will have different volatile movements compared to other markets. Not every day will the EA trade every single market. It'll only trade within its risk parameters that have been set. So then, the SMC side, where does that come into this EA? So the SMC then does stand for Smart Money Concepts, and it goes way back before all this fancy SMC actually came out into the educational space and the retail space. So SMC, it stands for market structure, liquidity, displacement, imbalances, fair value gaps, break of structure, price delivery, and context around key levels. So that's one that you want to note of, key levels. So the objective overall isn't to take every possible setup that the EA sees. The objective is to filter out the bad from the good. Filter the market for conditions that fit the framework overall. And that's a very strong distinction of this EA. So then, how does the EA actually operate? So we have markets, context, setup, confirmation, execution, and then lastly we have risk management as well. So without further ado, what we're going to do is we're going to download this free demo straight from MQL5. We're going to jump into Strategy Tester on the MT5 platform, and we're going to run a very simple backtest. We're only going to run one backtest. The pre-settings that are defaulted in there are the most optimized settings per symbol. And again, you don't have to use the settings that are defaulted. You can go away, you can do your own optimization of the EA, and you can find better symbol settings for yourself that, you know, they appeal to your strategy, they appeal more to your portfolio. Then I would recommend to follow those settings. So then, as you can see, we are on the MQL5 platform. This is the Darkstone SMC Quantum Flow, and the description is pretty decent. Have a read through. Once you've had a read through, have a flick through the screenshots here, and this basically shows what the default set file currently runs. So as you can see on this one then, we had an initial deposit of £100 and it has made £1,032 with a drawdown of 17%. And I just want to be clear, this drawdown on this account size, it is going to be larger. Why? Because we are risking 1% of £100 as we are growing the account as well. So just be aware of that. But if we go back to the 100k, we have made 148,000 off 100,000 with a 3.66% drawdown. And now that is pretty good. You'd be able to run this across prop firms and profit basically and pass prop firms. You know, most prop firms have a 5% drawdown. You'd be able to use this EA. So then, less of all the talk. Let's have the demo. So as you can see, I've just downloaded this then. I will scoot across my terminal. If we just cross that off. And as you can see, Quantum Flow V1.2. It's the most relevant one. And what we want to be doing here then is we need to be seeing these currencies in the market watch. This is so that the EA is already pulling the data from the market watch into the EA and processing that data. So then, if we have a look at what settings we're going to run this strategy test over then. So all we're going to do is we're going to run from US Tech. I only need to run on one chart only. We're going to test on minute 15 time frame. And all we're going to do is we're going to run it from the 27th of April and we're going to run it to the 28th of July 2026. So I believe that's a couple months back test. And the reason for that is because it's trading 15 symbols simultaneous, we don't want to run a whole 12-month back test on this video because we'll be sat here till tomorrow because it'll take that long to process. But again, if you want to run a test like that, go ahead, run a test and feedback the data. I have run tests more than the 12-month, and I can tell you now that it runs just as good as it runs over a 2 to 3 month period. So then, like I said, this test is going to be a 2 to 3 month period. It's going to be on very close market data. Like I say, you can do an out of test data and run in 2016 if you really wanted to. But again, I like to run on most recent market data because that is currently how the market is trading and that's the current market condition. So for this test, we're going to start with a £1,000 total deposit. We're going to run across every single tick. I'm going to do a visual test of this. Going into the inputs then, into the settings. So as you can see, each symbol has its own settings and values. So there you can see US 30, US 500, US Tech, AUD Yen, AUD USD, CAD JPY, Euro JPY, Euro USD, Pound Yen, New Zealand Dollar Yen, USD CAD, USD Yen. We've got silver to US dollar, we've got gold to US dollar, and we've got Bitcoin to US dollar. So as you can see, there's a range of different markets there. But just because we have all of these inputs right here, doesn't mean that it's going to trade every single one of them. There's a key bit to this. If we was to take out all of that and leave US 30 only, and then run the system would only run on US 30. So whatever symbols you want the system to actually run on, you need to have them put in this little text box here. So if you look at this comment, symbol list, if it's empty, it'll only run on the current symbol. If you only have one symbol listed, it'll only run on that one symbol. So just be aware of that. But for this test, we're going to leave absolutely every single one in there. And we're going to leave the default settings exactly as it is, because I want to show you what this system can do when it's set as default. So then, I'm happy with that. We're going to click Start Test, and we're going to run this test. As you can see, we're currently loading every single currency and asset that we've chosen to run on, and we're just waiting for the data to be pulled through from each of them assets. So I just want to say a key thing that I have really wanted to enhance with this system is the fact that yes, the entry gets you into the trade, but I'm a heavy believer that risk management determines whether the system survives long enough in the markets or long enough for the edge to even play out. So that is something I've heavily been focused on over the past couple of years, is risk management, whether that's in manual trading, trading the markets yourself, or whether that is in algo trading, automated trading. Then I do heavily believe that yes, execution gets you into the trade and gets you entered to the markets, but risk management determines whether the system or the edge even plays out long term. So then you can see that we've got a buy stop being placed on US 30. So if we go to US 30, you should be able to see the buy stop just above market right here. I'm just going to turn off the grid. And you can see that because it wasn't hit, it has been deleted. So I'm just going to be nice and patient and just let this system run as it should. And let's see what happens then. So we've got a couple of actions there. We've got a buy on USD CAD, double entry. And as you can see, it's also placing other buy stops and sell stops on Euro USD, Pound Yen, and New Zealand Dollar Yen. And it's just closed them out. So it's currently £19 up overall. And we've only just started the test. So I mean, the main goal of all of this then, it isn't to find settings that perfectly fit historical data. It's also to find settings that we can use forward testing on live market data. It's to find a configuration that remains sensible even when the market tends to change. And at this moment in time in the markets, we do see the markets constantly changing and constantly evolving. So as you can see, this is how the system's working. With 2 positions in New Zealand Dollar Yen, 1 in Australian Dollar Yen, 2 in Euro USD, and we've just closed out. So that's £57 up overall for a couple of days of running already. I was going to skip it to the next period, but I just thought I'm going to leave it, let you guys see the whole process of the EA in action. It may take a while, so I apologise in advance for the entire length of this video, but I want you guys to actually see how it operates, you know, how it trades all of these assets all from one chart, and how it manages its risk long term. So I know this test is only a 2 to 3 month test, but you guys will be able to see in those 3 months, in a 90-day period, how it performs. And I do believe over a 90-day period, you know, if you can validate trading settings over a 90-day period, 3-month period. 3-month period is all you need. So I am going to talk, just while this is running, I'm just going to talk about live testing and forward testing then. So obviously when you're strategy testing, don't forget that this is a perfect environment. And what I mean by that is that every order that's getting entered into the markets is being entered with no slippage, you know, no spread, no trading costs, no broker conditions, no live market behavior. So just be aware of that, and be aware of that across the board when testing any expert advisor or bot automated trading system. Just be aware of that, because it's something in my early days of algo development that caught me out. I'd trust something that had shown me positive results overall on a back test instantly into live market funds, and it'd go completely opposite. Basically, it'd ruin the account. So when you do go forward testing, start with low lot sizes, low risk management. Be aware of rail spreads, be aware of execution slippage, you know, be aware of different broker conditions. So make sure to choose a broker that you know is trustworthy and that you've tested before on live market data. You know, make sure you're confident in all of that before deploying any automated system, because that way you're giving yourself the best chance to survive in real live market data. Just while, like I said, just while this is continuing to run, what is Quantum Flow for? Who is Quantum Flow for? So Quantum Flow then is for traders who are wanting a systematic trading approach, a systematic execution approach. People who are interested in multi-asset automation. So if you trade multiple assets and you're looking for a way to automate that side of your trading, your portfolio, look no further. Quantum Flow has you covered. Or even if you are a trader who doesn't want to manually monitor every setup. And I mean, this is the way the world is going, you know, with all this new AI coming out into the open world. This is the way I can see trading going long term. You know, you haven't got big banks and institutions with a floor full of traders anymore manually pressing buy and sell. They've now got a team of people controlling a team of algorithms that then go and do all their buying and selling in the markets. So I do believe this is the way trading is going to go forward. So don't be last on this. Jump on it whilst you can. And to be fair, any users who want to understand that no EA guarantees any profit, you know, I can't guarantee you're going to make profit with the Quantum Flow, but what I can guarantee is that by using the Quantum Flow, you're going to give yourself the best chance of making any profit because of the way it trades multiple assets, all from one, the way it trades multiple different markets, all from one EA, and the way that is symbol by symbol, it has been optimized to give you the best settings and the best chance to survive in the markets overall. So who isn't the Quantum Flow for? So I just want to, like I've just said then, I can't guarantee returns with the Quantum Flow. That is exactly who this EA isn't for. If you're looking for guaranteed trading returns, then Quantum Flow or any expert advisor is not for you. I would say walk away and go gamble your money elsewhere, because the markets will just take that money straight from you. If you are wanting guaranteed returns, you know, you need to make sure that you are having winners with losses. Any expert advisor, trader, manual trader, whatever it be out there, if they're saying to you, I can guarantee you X percentage every week, every month, run a mile whilst you can. So someone expecting an EA to win every single trade, leave now. Literally leave now. That is not going to happen. No EA, no expert advisor, and no day trader, swing trader, scalper is going to win every single trade. That is not going to happen. I've been trading 8 years now in these markets, and I've never ever seen anyone win every single trade that they have taken. And if they did, then they would be the richest person or people in the world. So if you're unwilling to understand risk and risk management, again, leave this video now. This EA isn't for you. You need to understand what risk you've got into the markets and what risk your portfolio currently has in the markets as well. And anyone who wants to optimize endlessly until they get a perfect backtest, this EA isn't for you. You know, we've chosen these settings of a months and months worth of optimizing each individual symbol and not just picking the one with the most highest balance. We've obviously chosen these different settings through testing the same setting over and over again, testing through different Monte Carlo progression system, and testing on, like I say, across the board with the multi-fusion, and then tweaking different bits here and there to make sure, yes, we have the best outcome, but also that we have the safest risk management outcome overall. Because in trading, it's not just about making money, it's also about protecting your capital. Because what's the point in having, you know, a few grand in your account, a few £100 or whatever it may be in your account, if you're already accepting to lose that money? It makes no sense. Why would you do that? You would try and protect that capital as much as you can, whilst making X percentage on top of it. That's the aim of the game. Protect capital first, make money second. So then, just while this plays out for the rest of the video, I'm going to do the closing statement right here. So quantum flow isn't designed around the idea that we can predict exactly what's going to happen and where the market is going to go next. It's designed around having a defined framework, processing that framework, and processing that framework in a systematic way and executing that system consistently enough across multiple markets. So whilst the rest of this backtest plays out, I'm going to leave the EA running. I'm going to close my camera and video off, and the video will end after the strategy tester has ended. So I hope you've enjoyed the video so far. Please stick around, see the end of the trading and the end of the whole backtest. I will show the end of the backtest as well. So please stick around for that, because I guarantee it won't be long. So this has been the DS SMC Quantum Flow EA. Don't forget, it's available on MQL5. The link is directly in this description of the video. Click on it. Even if you don't buy it, download the demo version, have a back test, have a play around. Let me know your comments and thoughts. Have a comment on this video, or you can comment on MQL5. Let us know your thoughts. We want your feedback to then go and improve our systems. And whilst you're at it, don't forget to check out any of our other videos. If you just click, I don't know where it is, but if you just click the name badge, it'll take you to the rest of the videos. Check them out. We've got some nice EAs dropping as well. We've got a lot of free tools on MQL5. So make sure to check them out. I'm Matt. This has been Darkstone Capital. Like and share the video, subscribe, and I'll catch you very soon. Peace and love, everyone. So there guys, that is the end of the test. So we tested the month of May 2026. Obviously you can go ahead and do your own testing, do longer periods than that, but for this video only I'm going to do only May, and we have made 30% in one whole month, which is pretty spectacular. So this is the beautiful thing about a multi-fusion asset trading system. Because we're trading multiple different assets across multiple different markets, this is what the fusion can do. So 30%, just over £300 on a £1,000 deposit, not too shabby. So guys, like I say, links are in description. Please subscribe, like the video, it does help. Comment any improvements or anything that you would like to see in the future. And I shall see you guys in the next trading video. Peace and love.